this I/O thing works all right tonight. Right, let's check and see if we're up.
Downstairs yet? Oh, there we go.
Yep.
And let's just check sounds and stuff I got there, please, as well.
Yep.
Okay. Pete? Oh, yeah, over
Yeah.
to you, and then that'll allow me to grab some other bits and pieces in the background. We'll share it, baby.
All right, yeah.
Okay, all three of us, share. Oh, there we go. Okay, main screen for host, transitioning. And that looks like we've got audio, and we're doing this about now.
Woohoo!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started. Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hello and welcome everybody to episode 593 of the Overseas Connection podcast. Today is August the 23rd and we are here broadcasting 9 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. West Coast, 4 p.m. East Coast and 3 p.m. just where Kim is in the central. Weekly, we broadcast on twitch.tv/OC podcast if you want to find us, as well as YouTube/OC podcast. And I'm your host tonight, unfortunately. I'm Peter Chin, the legit Chinny. And also joining me, just two others tonight. It's just a small group of us, but we're going to bring you entertainment. And first of all, first person up that I want to shout is Robin.
Hello.
Who's here in the decks.
Hiya, how you doing? Hope you are well. I'm
Hello.
here. Yes, and great to have you hosting, Pete. I'm going to be in the background trying to wreck stuff. Looks like we're all okay this week. It's been a couple of weird weeks. I think it's that DeLacy's fault.
Yeah.
But this week so far, so good. So, yeah,
We
good to be on the show.
started right on time, didn't we? You know? Not got him around and we're fine. Running our clockwork.
Good.
Also on the show tonight is Kids.
Yeah, that's me. I'm GamerGirl27. That's pretty much everywhere. And yeah, Greg DeLacy is a jinx, apparently. So there you go. And it's better Pete's hosting than me, because, yeah, that wouldn't go so well. So anyway, carry on.
Kim. It has to happen.
No.
It does. You got a
definitely
better
does.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well,
Not
I suppose,
gonna happen.
that's me. Yeah, I'm Robin Tate. I am Bongo the Seine. I am in Northern Ireland, and yeah, that's me, I suppose. So, yeah, do you know,
Okay.
I love the green screen background. It feels really patriotic. It really does. We should all be at it. We really should.
Well, I was just sick of the old loft being in the background, and it's just a bit boring. So I thought, why not use the show logo just to brighten things up a bit, and it fits just well
And
actually.
do you just have that on Skype, or do you have a green screen up as well?
No, it's just on Skype.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't know. That must be a new thing that you can do. Yeah, because I have a.
Yeah.
There's up above me here. There's hooks for a green screen which I can drop down behind me, which I have like a pop-up green screen, but I hang it from the roof. I did it a few times for stuff, but that actually works quite well. There's very very little fluff fuzziness around you. You know, usually you have. No, what I mean is you usually have to be have the green screen really really well lit. So the edges of you are quite sharp.
Well, I think these pictures work all right. It looks pretty crisp. So I'm going to run it. I think it looks pretty good. We'd miss Kim's calendars though if Kim put it on.
Yeah, well, you know, I have to turn it off just for that, but, you know, it'd be all right.
Turn it off.
Got a few people in the chat as well, so thanks for joining us. We've got Hardly Dan and Scott Stubby that have commented already. Apparently, Robin, your audio is a bit low, so I don't know whether you can turn that up a bit.
Yeah, hopefully that's a bit better now. There you go.
Okay. And we haven't got any new followers over these past 7 days, but we've got a birthday, and it's his 21st, and I'll pronounce his name right this week. It's Armar Parvez, not Barres.
Yes. Good lad. He's a funny fellow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lovely lad. Very
Wasn't
technical.
he on last week? You know.
I'm sure it was Parvares that Greg was saying last week. But yes.
Well, unless he's moved his birthday forward on Facebook, it is popping up as the 21st, which is tomorrow. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was a couple of days ago. So he's getting double. Yeah. He's getting double dose. It was a couple of days ago. So after Greg's demolishing of his name last week, he deserves a double dunt.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was from last week's, but there we go. We've given him another shout out anyway. We won't play him a little.
There you go. Oh. Done.
Right, let's move on to story time.
Oh yeah.
Hooray, story time. Hooray, story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
Kim, do you want to kick us off?
You want to do what?
I think he said kick us off. So there you go. Yeah. It's still been pretty quiet this week, although I did have a cat fight on Wednesday, and not like me versus some other chick or anything. It was an actual cat fight.
Damn it.
So, yeah, I know, right? There was no video footage. Yeah, I had this 13-year-old cat. Had him forever. He's a house cat. Doesn't go outside because, let's face it, he's just not threatening at all. And anyway, we've had this neighbor's tomcat hanging around, and he likes to sit up on the front step and piss the inside cats off. So he did the other night, and my cat managed to escape the house and get his ass kicked. And I come in from helping Dad. He went out to mow the pasture, and I was checking gates. And I come in, and I looked at Dad, and I said, "Have you seen Crusher, which is the cat?" And he says, "Well, he didn't get out when we walked in." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm calling for him. I'm looking around the house, can't find his ass." So I'm like, "Fuck it. It's 9:00 at night. I don't want him to get run over or anything, so I'm going to go out and look for him." So I went out. I went around the corner of the house, and he's standing there by a tree because I can see his eyes light up when I shine the flashlight. So he comes over, and he's limping, and of course he's got a chunk of his ear ripped out, and he's having a hell of a time. So that was interesting. Like I said, he's 13 years old. He should know better than to do that shit. Correct. So I know, right? At least he didn't get knocked off. So there's that. His name
or her name is Crusher.
Yeah, his name is Crusher, but he's not very intimidating. I mean, not even his like snarl is intimidating. It's the funniest fucking thing in the world. So
yeah, well, as far as cats are concerned, Judith today wanted a photograph with the two cats and the boys because we were going to a birthday party this afternoon, and the person's birthday that it was their sister or cousin that gave us the cats, so she wanted a photograph of the boys with the cats. Anyway, I let the cats out because they're in a little cagey thing at the moment because they're still very young outside in the bandstand. And of course, one of them's sweet, lovely, and will come to you. The other one's a vicious, nasty thing from hell. And
you'll have that.
It reminded me of the rooster days, chasing a rooster around for an hour and a half to try and get the friggin' thing. And yes, in a rage, trying to get the bloody cat. Of course, I put a little bit of food down, and it all went in by itself, of course. But yes, I am very allergic. I like looking at them. I like what they do around the place, around here, which is keep the mice and stuff down. But if one of the kids had them in this room for an hour or two, just petting while they were playing Xbox or something, and it was yesterday, by now at this stage I would be getting itchy and tearing my face off. I'm very, very allergic. So.
I'm exactly the same. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to, but I'd love to pet them and stuff, but nah. No, little bastards.
Yeah.
Oh. What else, Kim?
I'm asking for prayers and probably booze because this week and the week after I'm going to be babysitting 2 1-year-olds. So yeah, if you see any strange tweets or random Facebook posts that I've lost my mind, that would be why. Because they're polar opposites of each other. One's quiet, doesn't get into anything, and is the other gets into everything, likes to scream. It's gonna be fun. So
and you teach them or anything at that age, can you?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I can start them for a little while, and then they'll get bored and they'll wander off and get into something else. So,
Oh,
yeah, but I'll get there eventually. So, yeah. So pray for me because it's gonna be a madhouse. So,
we'll hold you in our thoughts, Kim.
other than that, that's it this week. So,
Okay.
last week. So, yeah.
Robin?
Okay. Well, as you know, Pete, OC Gordon Gecko WhatsApp group continues on. It was a very interesting week this week. We were this is for those of you that don't know, we've started up a little chat group, and we're buying and selling some shares, all individually, all small money, maybe apart from myself at the moment. And generally, the UK guys are using an app called Trading 212, and the American guys, if you want to join in, use an app called Robinhood. There's several free services, anyway, it's all about trading bits and pieces, and so there's Phil and Pete and even your brother contacted me this week, Pete, and said he bought one share of Tesla a few months ago, and I says, yeah, well done, Pete. You've done very, very well. So there's quite a few in the group now, and if you want to join in, contact me and we'll sort you out with a link to get some free shares and stuff like that there. Anyway, it was an exciting week because things like Tesla went through the roof, broke all records. Apple broke all sorts of records this week. I got wind of a few things that were happening, and I had put my money down on stuff, and I did quite well this week. The week before, I did badly, and I've recouped my losses this week and then some. So it's been a bit of fun, Pete. It's not tens of thousands of pounds. Yes, but you guys are a pound here and a pound there, and it's been really good because it's amazing how little we sort of knew about this, and how much we're all learning together as well. Yeah. And it is sort of a video game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. But I mean, I've only got I think it's about 27 quid or something like that in the pot. I don't put much into each share that I buy, but it's interesting.
Hold on. But what did you start with? What did you stick in?
At 20 altogether.
So I've made 7 quid in a couple of weeks of penny shares. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that. It's been good. But I'm only getting like 10, 20, 30 pence here and there, but they all build up, and and don't get me wrong. If we're asking people to join this, it's not a guaranteed win every time.
No, absolutely. And when people join my little group, the first thing that I put in the WhatsApp group is, in block capitals, I will say this only once: do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose.
Yes.
So yeah, look, I've been dabbling since last November. I bought some shares, but I wasn't selling them back and forward. So it's only the last sort of 2, maybe 3 months that I've been going hard at it. I put back in November. I'd put a couple of lodgements in to have £1,000 in some long, like Vodafone shares and a few bits of standard stuff. But it's the last 2.5, 3 months that I've been going hard, and my little pot now is worth 2,700 quid and a few bob from 1,000 quid. That's kind of cool in my mind, So look, say Dan. Yes, look, I'll send you a link, Dan. Yes, good stuff. And we've got Stephen, Little Lord, in there. He's as well. He's been trading away and learning too. So yeah, we're learning about things like candlesticks and breakpoints and breakouts and all that sort of stuff.
Mints.
Yeah, so I'm the sort of the Gordon Gecko of the daddy family at the moment, I think. Anyway, so that's been a bit of fun. So that goes on. We're breaking into big businesses and photocopying information and doing all that sort of stuff. Yeah, to try and find inside information. Okay. I've been watching War of the Worlds. I just started yesterday. Greg did talk about this a while back and said it was really good. It is really good, and it's no offense, Kim, but it's really nice to see something without a load of Americans in it. So, I don't mean that rudely.
Understandable.
It's
it's
usually
fine.
The Americans are all in gung ho. Well, yes, in the first episode they dropped a bomb on one of these things and nothing happened. But of course, the Americans dropped a bomb immediately. But it's a lot of it's French people in Europe and in England and stuff like that there, and it's it's tough drama. I mean,
Is it?
Judith and I watched 2 episodes last night, and we watched a bit there, but 3/4 of one there tonight. But in the second episode, sorry, spoilers. In one of the first episodes, there's a little girl. There's a few deaths, yeah, and I think it hit home that, you know, my goodness, no one is safe, you know. And even tonight's episode, there was more little ones killed and a mother who couldn't go on and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, but it's very interesting. I mean, as a kid, I loved War of the Worlds. The original Jeff Wayne album, not the book, the double album. I've bought it probably 6 times. I've been to the stage show for Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds twice. It's absolutely fabulous. If you ever get the chance to go to see Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds stage show thing, it's fantastic. It was on Now TV. I've been watching it. So Sky, Scott Stubby, yeah. So as a kid, I had it recorded on a cassette, and I was over and over, listened to over and over. Do you know the Jeff Wayne's The War of the Worlds music and album? Oh my goodness! So it's a double album vinyl, or in the old days, right? And it's the story. It's like a musical from when Martians come to the Earth, and it was sort of set in Victorian times when steam engines were sort of quite relatively new, and it's this reporter telling a story. Some of the songs in it are absolutely fabulous. Jeff Lynott from Thin Lizzy played the guitar. You know, anyway, some fantastic singers in it. Really, really, really good stuff. So if you ever, it's on probably Spotify and stuff like that there, War of the Worlds. Anyway, this is a modern spin. This is like Tom Cruise was in the American War of the Worlds, and it was very, very big special effects and all of that there.
Yep.
This here is then reimagined again, but it's in Europe, and it's a bit grim. So the aliens sort of arrive, they attack, they send out this mine thing, and pretty much everybody who wasn't underground drops dead. It has Jeff Byrne in it from The Usual Suspects, the main sort of guy from one of the male guys from it doesn't matter, you're young chicks. Anyway, it's good. It's War of the Worlds again. I love anything to do with.
It's probably better without Tom. It's probably better without Tom in it, but that's another story. So.
Okay, yeah. Well, there is no Scientology in it, you know. Well, it did say at one point, there is.
Well, thank God for that.
There is no God, so. War of the Worlds on Audible is free. I think it's different telling of it, really good. Yes, Scott Stubby. So that's probably the original. War of the Worlds story. It is a fantastic book by H.G. Wells, and Jeff Lynne put it to music in the 70s, 80s. It's probably one of the best-selling albums ever. I mean, it's probably well up there. Anyway, check War of the Worlds out. 20 minutes, half an hour before we started here, I had a brainwave because, as you know, I get my internet through 4G, and recently I upgraded as far as I possibly can for where I am in the sticks to an industrial modem with an outside aerial on my chimney pot, which I nearly killed myself over, precariously hanging on a badly tied on ladder. Anyway, I came across a sim today and went, oh wow, why don't I just set up another one and get another account set up, another 4G account, and use the old modem and just use it for this. So it's completely separate from all the Xboxes and the streaming and all that there. And as good an idea as it was, 20 minutes before a podcast is the wrong time to do it. So I caused myself, no doubt, more stress than I needed to. So damn, you know.
It didn't go. It didn't go well then.
It went so far. It got set up. I had registered the 4G SIM. Goodness me, it's like a tenner a month for 30 gig of data. So 30 gig of data in a month for the podcast streaming is fine and dandy, I'm quite sure. But we just didn't get it set up quickly enough. So I got it connected. I got a connection, but I was only getting like 2 meg of speed, which is no good, because at the moment I get 20 odd. From where I'm sitting, 20 to 30, depending on the weather. You know, the weather these 4G signals get affected really weird because the storms over the last few days, internet sucks donkey length. So it is a bit odd. I'm really pissed off. I mean, our last house, I'm so narked. I mean, we had fibre there, and they've got mega fibre, I'm sure, at this stage. And it was one of the things that I checked before we moved out here about 7 or 8 years ago, and even the BT telephone man came to install the fibre, the modem and stuff, and then he arrived here and went, "Oh, it ain't here. I don't understand how you even got the press there to put the order in." And so, yeah. Anyway, yes. So that's that. So yes, we made a video from our few days away in Enniskillen last week. It's went on to the Fostering Network UK wide, and it's got thousands and thousands of views. It's going flipping ballistic at this moment in time. There you go. There's the camera's gone to hell in a handbasket. So yeah, that's that. So yes. So busy week, work-wise. Stockings are continuing. I'll talk more about that at the end of how you can, if you're interested in stocks and shares, how to get in touch with all that stuff. War of the Worlds, networking, and I ordered some cherry flavored rum. Oh, it's to come. Cherry.
Oh boy.
Cherry flavored rum.
What?
Let me just put it up. I've been going through all Amazon and ordering. I've got another bottle of what do you call it, Jimmy? Kraken. Kraken. Kraken.
Yep.
There a few weeks. Oh well, sorry. Judith has now caught on that a bottle lasts me a week. And yeah, I don't know. Is that bad? Is that bad?
No, it's fine.
Old Jamaican cherry spiced rum. Old Jamaica.
Nice.
Old Jamaica. It was 18 quid. It's on its way to me. But I had a bottle of Kraken. And yeah.
If I could order booze off of Amazon, holy moly!
Can you not do that? Cameron disappeared woman.
No, we can't order booze off Amazon here.
Huh.
I mean, I can anywhere where I live. I don't know if anybody else can, but I can't.
Are you old enough now?
Well, I would hope so. I mean,
it's one of the lovely things
beer.
When you go into Walmart, and I always felt good about it, because they go to the till and they ask you for ID to prove your age. And
right?
Yeah, I remember the first time in the States with a family, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever it was, on a family trip anyway, not a business trip. And I was all chuffed in Walmart going up to buy my booze. And she asked me for my age. She does it with everybody.
You see, at Tesco over by me, we go to the large Tesco place in Dudley. I'm giving my location away. And I hate the tills there. You can do that scan and shop, and you do all of your shopping and get it to the the computer screen, and you've scanned all your items, so you've not got to go through all the checkout malarkey. And then if we buy booze, there's someone that comes up to the screen, and there's an option for them to challenge you or not, and the option that doesn't challenge you says clearly over 25, and I think it's worded. But you could. They don't look at me or anything. They're just like, bang! I'm gonna hit this button. Challenged anymore, which is, I don't know. I just like to get challenged once more, and I've not got my ID. You get that shit yourself, feeling like, I go. Yeah.
No, there she's back. Good. It's right up there with trying to spend money from Northern Ireland in England or Scotland. And I'm sure the Scottish people that are listening to this as well also feel my pain. Because Scottish money is sterling. It is UK tender, right? So is the money from... We have our own Northern Ireland notes. And it's also sterling, UK tender. Acceptable everywhere in the UK. But use English... Oh, I was about to say cunts, but I won't. You are so awkward. At times.
Well, we knew that.
You go in there, no, can't take that. I said, look, there's the Queen, UK tender. No, mate, can't take it. You can't take that here. What is that, a punt? Is that euros? Right. Yeah, sorry, microphone. Sorry, people. Yes.
Oh. Yeah. I went to the shop the other day and someone handed me a Scottish fiver, and I looked at her like she'd just dropped a shit in my hand. Yeah, I just hate it. Wow. Oh, anyway. we'll move on. I'll tell you what I've been up to. I broke up from work.
I think you
for
better.
Congratulations.
Broke up, 2-week holiday, so I'm chuffed to bits. And I've brought a bottle of wine with me as well tonight. So if I end up slurring my words towards the end, then that's what's happened.
Yeah, I'm slumming
pulled
it
a Robin.
tonight. Yeah, slumming it tonight. I got a very large glass of Captain Morgan's. So, yeah, because I'm slumming
I've got a
it.
can of Busch Light. So
Yeah.
Nice. I've been swimming every day.
Very
I'm
good.
up to a mile a day now.
That's what you said you were going to do.
Nice.
You achieved it. You had a target last week. You said you were going to do it. You've done it. You're the man. You're out there. Fantastic.
Feeling good. We've even started doing tricep dips and stuff at the end of the pool towards the end, because you get an hour's slot when you go to the pool now. So that you don't get extra people that come in. There's 5 people in your lane. Most of them drop out after half an hour. So you've got the rest of the pool. So we started to do all of these little leg raises and press ups and dips and stuff at the other end of the pool, using the side,
Is that
and
like,
being
like pensioners aerobics in the water sort of thing?
yes.
Yeah. But it's you're using the water a little bit to relieve the weight, and it's just getting us ready into it. Because what I want to start doing is I reckon I'll start off about for 40 or 50 press ups a day. Because I still haven't got into the old press up thing. The swimming's taking it out of me, so I want to get into that in the next week or two. So I don't know, because my distance is going up. I eventually want to finish at swimming 2 mile a day, which that in an hour, in just under an hour, which it ain't an easy thing to do. If anybody wants to give it a go, I'll take my hat off to them. But it does take some perseverance and bit of dedication, but it is hard work. But I love doing it. I love swimming. It makes you feel good. I feel good at the minute. But the thing is, going swimming meant I've tired and I've been going to bed early, which is it's not my thing. I don't normally go to bed.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're old. I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, what do you call early, Pete? I mean, is early like early? Is like 8 o'clock you going to bed, or is it 10 o'clock going to bed, or what?
10:30.
Oh, that is not bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
I can't say anything. I'm usually in bed by 9:30. So.
You know, if you're getting up to exercise and all that there, when are you going? When are you going to the pool? What time in the morning?
All different times, really. I usually go in an evening, so around 5 o'clock or 6:30, just depending on what day it is. When I'm at work, I'll go at 6:30. Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Yes, they say a good program of exercise requires good sleep as well. So nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Yeah, I've always gone to bed late, and I hate going to bed early. Always have done. Just even my mum's the same. We don't need much sleep. We're normally up at like 6, half 5, 6 o'clock. We only need about a 5.5, 6 hours sleep, and we're done. But it's just knocking it out to me at the minute.
Yeah. Well, see, I would be the same. But I did get myself a while ago into the habit of trying to be in bed by 11 and switching off the social media and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But my problem is at the moment, I get into bed and then I start flicking through Twitter, which, as you know of late, can be a bit spicy. But I try not to go onto Twitter too late at night. And then what happens is I then go on to my favourite guilty pleasure, which of course is TikTok. And I find myself swiping away TikTok until like 12:30 at night or so.
Wow.
12:15. TikTok. Just one more. So then what I do, and I've got two systems in bed. I've either I have Apple AirPods, the little wireless things. But if I don't have those charged up, and sometimes they're really weird. You're lying on the pillow and they're quite hard on your ear. So at the moment, this ear inside is I must have slept on it with an AirPod in it or a headphone, and it's quite sore. Twat.
Is it?
Yeah. But then I'll use sometimes an Apple just wired headphones that comes, and they're even worse. And sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you're just like fucking strangled with this cable all around you. She's
after your life.
Yeah. So after after what I do with that is usually there are two things I'll do. I will pull up a movie, and the phone will go under the edge of my pillow or turned upside down on the or stick on a charge pad beside my bed and put a book over it so I can't see the freaking thing glowing, because it could be something like The Hunt for Red October, which I've probably listened and watched 1,000 times. It could be Ready Player One, the audiobook, over and over again. I could just stick that on because I've heard it so many times. Ender's Game, the book, it seems to be so something to put me to sleep. Now, last night, unfortunately, it was like 2:30 in the morning and I still wasn't asleep. And it was one of those nights where it was quite warm. Judith is lying beside me complaining about having hot flushes. Is that something to do with being 50 or almost 50? I don't know. But I was so warm in bed, it was like lying beside a Vindaloo curry. So I sort of get out of bed and like one leg goes out onto the floor. Have you ever done that before? Like half your body inside the quilt and half out, and then it got pointed to the... Yeah. So what I did is I put in the last half of A Few Good Men. Okay, I didn't want the first bit, he's running and he dies and all that stuff, and the Kiefer Sutherland and all that when he was young. But it was the court bit near the end, you can't handle the truth. Yes, and you can't not stay awake and listen to that because it's just so awesome. But that's what I do in the evenings. I listen, or maybe it'll be an old Star Trek movie. I'll stick in my ear something familiar, something that I don't want to listen to, but it puts me to sleep. So that's what I do.
Nice. I don't know where you get the time to do all of that. You're just such a busy guy. You do everything. I just don't know how you manage.
I'm pissed off with myself at the moment because I'm not being efficient enough.
What?
Yeah. So what I used to do in the mornings is I got up in the morning and I would have spent 15 minutes without Judith, without anybody, just by myself with my first cup of coffee, get down first, and I have a book. Yep. And it's around here. It's not this one, but this is one of my older books here, which I keep. This is my book, which is a list of people I want to punch in the face. Okay, so I've got several of books like this here. But in these books, I write down what I want to achieve. Usually I do it the night before. And, lots of notes, what I want to do. My plan, not for work. Not work. Me. How am I going to progress me? What's better for me? How can I get better at something? What is the plan, the 3-year, 5-year plan? How do I move forward? What do I need to adjust? I was thinking about maybe setting up an ice cream parlor. How do I sort that out? Where do I get the finances from that? Have I moved that forward a wee bit today? Can I do that later on? Whatever it is, I have a 100,000k account in my bank. It's called the 100k account. How do I achieve the goal of getting the 100k in there before the end of next year? Okay, it's called the 100k account. There's not 100k in it, but But I've stopped. I haven't been that disciplined over the summer, over the last 3 or 4 months. I think no, not the summer. This frigging Wu flu China virus crap that's going on. Yes, it's affecting us in bad ways that we should be concentrating on other things at the moment. But anyway, people that are dying of stuff that really dying now. And anyway, but it's affected us all so much that we've been frigged off. We haven't been doing the things we need to be doing. So I need to do that. Yes, I used to have the sound pillow. Yes, Dan, I used to have a pillow that had a little speaker inside it. So there was a headphone socket came out of the pillow, and you plugged it in. And it was supposed to be very, very quiet, but it wasn't quiet enough. Judith still heard it. Anyway, so yes, I'm not being efficient enough with myself. I tried. Yes, I do. I try to make the most of all of my time.
Don't beat yourself up. I think you're so efficient. I do personally. I think you do so much in so little time, and I just think I just don't know how you do it. I could never manage your diary ever. I'll take my hat off.
Well, there you go. So that's me.
One more thing I've been doing is I've been started to watch a TV series called Norseman, and just very quickly on this because I've only watched 2 episodes. It's a cross between Monty Python and like Life of Brian crossed with Vikings, and it's like real dark humor. It's real funny. Yeah, I like it. I like Viking history. I've just got that thing about it. I was talking to. We had the BBC at our place this week, and they were looking at filming, and I was just talking to him just about random stuff, and we come across Vikings when we were talking, and he asked me if I'd seen that. So I just watched a couple of episodes, and I thought it was really good. It's on Netflix. So if you're into dark humor, you like your history. It touches well, I think, on Viking history as far as like how villages are put together, and you've got jarls and your kings and shield maidens, and it's just good. It's real good. So that's.
I don't know about. I'm going to put a photograph up on the screen now of a brand new movie set. Transition. And this is for. It should be up on the feed right now. And this is for a new Viking thing called The Northman.
Right.
And this is in a place called Torhead. Greg, you were up here. We actually went round Torhead. There was a little coast road out of Port Ballantoy on the edge of the cliff. Right, well, Torhead's famous because Marconi, the radio guy there, the first radio transmissions from Torhead to Little Island. Anyway, so Nicole Kidman seemingly in this Northman is set for a Viking film starring Nicole Kidman and the Skarsgård brothers. So it's really cool. So this set has only just went up in the last.
Oh, it's got the brothers. It's got. So he was on Vikings then, Floki, the Skarsgård, one of the Skarsgård brothers, and the other one. I'm trying to think what he was in. True Blood or something.
True Blood, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
The film
he was there,
was
the
latest
Northman.
in a series of productions in Northern Ireland following the runaway success of Game of Thrones. Okay, Guy Pearce is starring in a science fiction. Okay, so that's different. Guy Pearce is filming another one in Northern Ireland called Zone 414, which is shot in Belfast. The film is okay. All right. Well, so there's film. So Vikings movie with Nicole Kidman. I could see that. That could be quite cool. Nicole Kidman as a Viking.
This is what I meant about travelling down the east coast of Northern Ireland and Ireland. I'd love to do it. It's very very pretty. But there we go. Norseman. Give it a watch if you're into that kind of stuff. We'll do a video game podcast. We do video games. So
right. Damn it, yeah.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
Now, Kim, I know this is a humongous list, but do you want
terrifying.
To again?
Sure, I can do it again. As long as I don't have to read that one big list that's under the Twitch Prime games, I'll just, Anyway, all right, your free games with gold for August, which is almost over, so get while the getting's good. We have Portal Knights, which is available now through the end of the month. Override, Mech City Brawl, which was available the 16th through September 15th. Then we have Red Faction 2 because MX Unleashed has already went kaput. Well, I don't know. You might still be able to grab it. Sometimes they let them hang over a little extra. But anyway, Red Faction 2, which is available the 16th of August to the 31st of August. Then scrolling down to your PlayStation Plus games, we have Fall Guys Ultimate Edition, still no lead majors. Call of Duty, and I swear to God, I hope somebody majors is and what it has to do with Fall Guy. Anyway, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. Those are your August PlayStation Plus games. For your Twitch Prime games, we have Baseball Stars 2, Blazing Chrome, Chroma Squad, a lot of Chrome going on, Ironclad, King of the Monsters, Metal Slug 2, Sengoku 3, I think is what that one is, Shaq Fu 2, Shock Troopers, Second Squad, and the second squad, usually the worst squad. Anyway, Treachery in Beat Downtown. Sounds terrible. Warsaw. And then we have the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, which I'm not reading all those up, but there's a shit ton of games in that one if you're interested. Then for your Stadia Pro for August, we have Strange Brigade, which is awesome. Kona, which not so much. Metro 2033 Redo. Just Shapes and Beats. Not going there, Robin. Not happening. And those are your free paid-for games in August. So,
thanks, Kim. There's a whole lot to go for August. And And let's move on to the games that we've been playing this past week. Robin.
Yeah.
Just one game.
Yeah, just one game. Sorry, I've been well. Goodness, I was
It's
away,
not what
but
I expected.
I've been busy. I actually brought this away with me, and never got a chance to play it until a couple of days ago. In fact, I'm telling you an absolute lie. It was yesterday was the first chance that I had. It was a pissing horrible day. Judith was away out somewhere, and I had the Switch on the big TV. And Bobby was in bed. Judith was nicely letting me do something. So from probably about 11 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, I broke for lunch. And then Jasmine went out with Judith and the boys went out with Judith. And I started playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. And
Wow.
I couldn't stop playing it. It is just the cutest thing ever.
Wow.
Yeah, so... Oh yeah, I mean it has. Do you remember the Wii Nintendo talking? Yeah, so it does all that, which is a bit silly and all. But it is the cutest thing ever. It is gorgeous characters, and there's something really. Oh, okay. To explain what this is, if you're not watching on the screen, it is a little. Your little character that goes to a desert island, and you have to build your house and your tent, and you go fishing and collecting firewood and building and things. So think about Minecraft without the digging, I suppose. Yeah, and it's cute, and they're little characters. It's set when you set up your character, it runs with your own clock with wherever part of the world you're in. So if I was to switch it on right now, it would be dark. And there would be only certain things that appear at certain times of day and night. There are certain animals that come out through the day and night. There are seasons in this as well. So the sort of stuff that I was doing in my first day was I made some furniture. I made a fishing rod. I made a little net to catch grasshoppers and insects. You can go around tidying your little place and pulling out the weeds. You can go fishing. You can if you then. There's a shop which you sell the things you catch, like the insects or get the weeds. They can be sold for Nook money. Like Nook is the travel company, and as you go along, with more and more things open up. Now I got to the point where I switched it on last night again, late on about 11 o'clock, and there was very little I could do on my first day, and it encourages you not to. He says, you can keep on going, but I don't want to. Wear you out. Why don't you go and get some sleep? So it's telling me not to play it too much, because at night time I could go and farm the fish and collect money, and I could catch bugs, or I could get all of the weeds, and But there's only a certain amount you can do. So at the end of the first day, I went in and decided I had done enough to buy a house, take a mortgage out on a house. So nice. I bought the house, but the house was going to be built overnight. So no matter what, I couldn't do any more. So I had to either wait until midnight, I suppose, it might have turned round. But so I went to bed last night going, my house is being built in this little island, and I'll wake up in the morning and see what it's like. So my little house is there. I have some furniture in it. I have a radio and a lamp in it. I've got some wallpaper around it. So there's all that. You can do all that. Sometimes you shake the trees to get branches, or to get branches to fall out of them. Sometimes you get a wasp. I got stung with a mosquito. You have to get medicine. So it's just all of this. It's busy work. It's a busy work game, but it ain't stressful in the slightest. It's just lovely. It's cute. So it's relaxing, and it's brain dead stuff, but it's just a lovely, lovely little game, and Nintendo perfection all the way through. So there you go. It's on the screen right now. Building a little tent. It's in the wrong place. We've got apples in this trees. I have pears in my trees. Oh wow, okay. So there's differences in this little island. So yeah. So yeah, it's fun. Animal Crossing. It's on a Nintendo Switch. It's not my sort of game, but it's the sort of thing I probably switch on and switch off. I think maybe the end game is to pay your mortgage, but I think you can keep on going. So you get your mortgage paid down by doing all these different tasks.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what this is. I don't know if you've ever had any experience with the first Animal Crossing years ago, but it's nice. It's lovely. Yeah.
Right. Not the type of game I'd pick up.
No, I didn't buy it. My son Joshua bought it, and I just asked him for the lend of the cartridge while I was weighing in Skillen and never played it. He played it to death and went through all the bits and pieces, but yeah, I'm giving it a little whiz. Why not?
Nice.
Yeah,
good.
It's funny. I'm rediscovering I didn't play a lot of mobile stuff. I did pick the Switch up today off its cradle, and sat in the sunroom and played a little bit of this, maybe 15 minutes. But I'm enjoying it on the big screen. With a proper controller, like the Pro controller thing that comes with it. I don't really like handheld stuff that much. So.
Cool.
It's called Bongoland, by the way. I'm in Bongoland. I have to name my town.
I'd expect nothing less.
Of course.
Of course.
So yes.
Yeah.
So that is what I've been playing, and I'm going to play it some more. It's good fun. Nice game.
Thanks, Robin. Kim, you've got a couple of games in this week.
Oh yeah, and before I get to that, I want to shout out that Harley Dan said that Hitman and the Shadowrun collection are going to be free on the Epic Store August 27th through September 3rd. So I guess we should probably add that on our list somewhere, the Epic Store, because I've picked up stuff from there. All right, going on to my games played. I'm still going right along on the Banner Saga 3. I played a little bit of that this week, and because Tony was down, he decided we wanted to play some Minecraft Dungeons, and I haven't played it for a while, and we still had the jungle level to go through. So we finished the jungle level up yesterday, except for the little hidden passage one. I didn't find the turn off for that one, so we didn't get that part done. But yeah, still good. He's still enjoying it. He's still stealing all my arrows. So, I have to yell at him every once in a while, and I'm like, dude, I have like 3 arrows left. Let me pick up like the next couple of bundles. Well, yeah. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But it's all part of it. But he has fun with it, so what the hell? But then because he plays Minecraft, then he tells me these things about Minecraft when he sees like the pickaxe and stuff in Minecraft Dungeons, and I try not to let my eyes glaze over. So But no, but I know. Minecraft's not my thing, and I don't know. I can't help it.
It has brought this community loads and loads of joy over the years.
Like I said, he loves it. So
we've had two big things. I mean, there was the original Minecraft and the original G4T servers way back in the day, and the Fantastic Worlds, and then a year or 2 years ago though again we had another crack at it when Filthy and some of the guys got the servers, and we built all these fantastic things. And I'm sure it'll probably get us again somewhere down the line. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably.
I think this game for me, tops the original Minecraft. It's just ace.
Oh yeah.
I'm struggling though. I'm on. Is it like the Fiery Caves or something like that? That level is tough, and
it is tough.
I haven't found the secret level by is it the Soggy Swamp or something like that?
Yeah, I haven't found that one yet either.
Well, Soggy Swamp, I think it is, and then the secret one is it Soggy Cave or? I was looking at a YouTube video and they were saying that you have to come back in and out of the level and open your map up, and you'll see then how many secrets are available on that map. And apparently it changes, and it did for me actually. There was 2 secrets on one at one time, and then another one. There was one, and I think you have to wait for a certain number of secrets to appear, and then you can get to it. But it's on the southwest part of the 3rd section of the game apparently. But I had my son with me, and the kids ain't going to hang about, are they? They just want to get on with stuff. So we just did we just did a few of the original levels. Then we tried to get to the Fiery Caves or whatever it is again, and we just couldn't do it, man. It just obliterated us. It's tough as shit, especially when the kids don't do anything and they're steal all your arrows.
And run off into a corner and leave you hanging while you're battling a bunch of mobs. So it's like, thanks.
Oh well. Yeah.
But then that's why I've been playing it pretty easy, because we went through the second part of the jungle map, and of course I'm like a level 33 and he's only like a level 26, so of course it cranked it up. And I'm sitting there taking it back down a couple of notches, and he's like, "Well, why are you doing that?" I said, because you're only a level 26. You're going to be insta-death all the time. And I'm going to be up there picking your butt up all the time. And I said, I don't want to be sitting there reviving you the whole damn time. And then once we went through it and he realized that, yeah, he probably would have got his butt kicked. He thought maybe I knew a little bit about what I was talking about. So
You've ranked up loads. And have you been repeating all of these levels or?
A little bit, because I beat the Illager and got that done. And then I went back and the secret passages and all that opened up, so then I went back through and started to find them. So yeah,
I'm only like level 10 or something like that. Yeah, I need to work at it a bit more.
Yeah, you're pathetic. You're not very good at games.
Slacker.
Well, let's move away from Minecraft Dungeons. What else have you been playing, Kim?
That's pretty much it. We fired up Torchlight 2. We were going to do a little bit online of that, but then I realized he didn't have a character, so I had to go back and set him up a character. And then when we did that, then my brother called and he was bringing lunch, and we never made it back to Torchlight 2. So, one day we'll get there. Because
Cool.
Anthony was all put out because we didn't get to play Torchlight 2. He was all excited. And I'm like, well, you'll be back, so we'll do her again. So that's been pretty much it for me. So,
Okay. Well, I put some time into Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I managed to finish it. Like Robin was just like, "Don't get beat in this game before me," and I just thought, I need to carry on. I've got to. It really frustrated me, those last two Wisps, and I ended up.
So I don't understand how you moved on so quickly. Maybe it's because I'm trying. I think I've got this completionist thing with this game that. Every little side task, every little thing I gotta do. I mean, are you doing everything in the map sort of thing, or are you just focusing on the main line? Because I've been playing this for friggin' donkeys.
Naturally, you do some of the sideline quests, but the majority of it, I just went for the main quest. I mean, you know what the main quest is. You have to find the 4 Wisps, and I just went ahead with that. Really, I didn't go on to. I'd have just got fed up, Robin. I think. It's massive, isn't it? That map.
Yeah.
You can go on pages, and it's a beautiful game. It's brilliant, and I felt like I played enough of it. Having played the first one, and then this afterwards, I just felt like I was a bit burnt out with it. But it was really good. I enjoyed the end.
So the bit that's on the screen right now, this is the bit where you've got the power that you can sort of dive in through sand like a little mole, and you sort of shoot out. That's kind of where I am, the level or part of the map. I suppose you don't always play it in order, but it is pretty difficult. You know, it is getting hard. You know, so
there was part.
Well done, well done, Pete.
There's one part when there's this big, huge caterpillar that chases you when you're digging through the sand. Did you do that?
Maybe. Excuse me.
It's just so difficult. It's I enjoyed it, but it just started to get on my nerves a little bit because it was just too vast. The map was. I think it should have been. It should have been the same as the first one.
Yeah, I think so. I actually think it is gorgeous, and every part of it's lovely, but it overstayed its welcome.
Yeah, I think so. But a beautiful game, worth it, and it's on Game Pass, so it's not breaking the bank, is it? Another game I played as well today and yesterday is Bridge Constructor. Bridge Constructor with a bit of Portal. This isn't this isn't my type of game, really. Puzzle games, I like shoot 'em ups and just puzzle game. Yeah, it's just something I'm not really into. But to get into the Aperture Science Enrichment Center again and just have that little Portal feel is just man, it's just giving me that itch just to play through those games again. And it is what it is. It says on the tin, it's just bridge constructing with an influence of Portal.
I think it's cool that Valve give them permission to do it. I really do.
Yeah.
I played a little bit, but it's one of these ones where they do your noodle in.
Yeah, I'm on level 19 now. I've had to YouTube 1, which was really getting to me. It got pressure points in it where it releases. I'm trying to think of the name. The companion block, and
Companion cube.
there's that's it. And there's bounce pads, and oh my life, it was just really doing my nutting. So I had to YouTube it, but I think I've done well so far. It's not really, it's not really kind in giving you achievements neither. I think I've got one for getting past level 10, and another one for killing my first turret. So I got 50 points for passing. No, 70 points for passing level 10, and 50 points for killing my first turret, which, in the grand scheme of things, it's, that was just an easy thing to do. So I wish they'd have just split the achievements up so you got a little bit more, to go for through the game. But there's 60 levels, 60.
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
like,
I mean, can you imagine some of the later ones on it?
Oh god, it's gonna be nuts. But I didn't even know this game. 2017.
Tell you what, do you know what I would love? Valve, get your ass in gear, make another Portal game. Half-Life, fair enough. Yeah, it's a joke now. But another Portal game at the level of quality of the last one.
Yeah.
Wow, man. It's a license to print money. Maybe it's not as big as money as Steam, but damn, there's more to life than selling fucking PC games. Be creative, do a Portal game again. God,
well, it wouldn't take much, would it, to get a side project going and employ a few people? You'd soon make your money back, wouldn't you, from that game? Easy.
What the heck if you didn't? Yes, these guys, what the heck? They've got that much money. It's like noodles, lots of noodles, too many noodles. More noodles, please. No vegetables. Yeah, very good. Excellent. I'm glad you're enjoying a wee bit of that. I don't know if you'll finish it or not, Pete, but you might just get your fill. But that's okay. You're not your brother. You can walk away from a game.
Oh, I don't know. We've both got that. Thing, So we do. I've 18 levels in 2 days, and I think I've burnt it out a little bit. But I just took a couple of weeks. Yeah. That's
sorry, sorry. You just broke up quite a bit there. I don't know if you did for you, Kim, but broke up quite a bit for me.
A little bit of Skype, yeah.
Yeah, so you went a bit Skypey. You're dropped a bit there. Okay, so so that kind of looks like the list of games. I'm gonna step in here just a little bit while you're all Skypey. And where are we now? So we don't have a quiz. Let's go on into some news. Will we get straight into some news? Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Here is the fucking news.
Okay, I dropped a few bits and pieces in here, and one of the things that has happened this week is there's some Batman news, but there was also, yes, the new Batman game, but I actually loved the bit about Suicide Squad, forgive me. And there was a Kill the Justice League first trailer that went out, and I'm going to drop that YouTube thing in here and show you so that we can chat while we're going along. Forgive me as we go along. So, Suicide Squad, where is it? Get up. There it is. Bing, and I'll throw it up into the window. This is not for kids. Bing, Warner Brothers. Oh, that's a problem.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. As in a problem, as in I can't see my notes. Bring it over there. Okay, sorry, forgive me. So there was a new trailer came out today for the last couple of days for Justice League, and it's the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the first trailer. It's got a 2022 release date, and Rocksteady Studios, of course, famous guys for Batman, the games that we've loved over the years, and what we actually know about this here is. It's beyond the obvious. It's title and all, but Suicide Squad is a 2022 release window. I'll get my words right yet. Revealing the game was at the DC Fandom panel, which was a thing that went on over the last week. And the roster of the Suicide Squad has Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark, who's a really cool character. Now, unless you're DC Marvel fanatic, you won't really know all of these characters. Like, Harley Quinn will know. Captain Boomerang? What? Deadshot? I'm sorry? King Shark? I might have seen a photograph somewhere. Anyway, there's a fantastic trailer. Unfortunately, there is no gameplay. It is fabulous of CGI trailer. I would watch this movie straight off, and it shows Harley Quinn and stuff, and the guy's all on a roof having a bit of a fight and shooting people up a bit, and then Superman comes along, and he seems to become evil or something, and looks like the Suicide Squad have to fight Superman, which is kind of cool. So Rocksteady, it'll be a beat 'em up with all that kind of cool kit and cool action that they had, which things like Assassin's Creed has really benefited for this type of fighting style. It seems it's going to be a 1 to 4 player experience, so you've got that crew, and it'll be completely playable in single player with bots in the role of the 3 other characters, or you load in with 3 friends and play as a 4-player squad, which sounds brilliant. Players will be able to jump in at any time, so the bots will play, and then so that sounds kind of cool. That's good. So it's 2022. It's a couple of years away, but can you imagine that sort of that Rocksteady game, but not in the dark? Because all those Batman games are all in like dark. This is lovely and bright and light, and that is kind of cool. That kind of gameplay, and I know it won't be anything like this that's on the screen right now, because it just looks so good. But yeah, these are new characters. I like this. I like this way they're going. So that sounds kind of cool to me. Pete, are you back?
Yeah, I think so.
You're out of spaghetti. This looks cool, doesn't it?
It looks fabulous. Yeah,
it's
really.
It's
really.
not a game. It's not a game. It's a trailer, but it does look really, really cool.
Yeah, the graphics are stunning, aren't they? Everything is brilliant about it.
So I take it the guy in the photograph, the normal looking guy, I take it he's Captain Boomerang, stereotype, Australian reference. Deadshot is the robotic sort of fella, and King Shark is my favourite. Harley Quinn here. Usually she's really sexualized, but apart from, she seems to be fully dressed. They've tackled that quite well. But I love this King Shark guy. He's kind of cool. It's like a shark's head and human body. He reminds me of something from Gears of War. But that looks good.
I'm still looking forward to the Avengers coming out. I played a little bit of that at AGX, and 20 minutes, I think. Me and Josh queued for, didn't we? And I'm looking forward to that.
It's funny. It seems to have got some bad press. The Avengers game, that it's a bit crap. It's like trying to be all things to all men, but isn't fulfilling any of it. But I mean, Joshua raved about it. News guys raved about it. So I don't know. Anyway, that looks kind of cool. I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad. So that's going to be interesting. What else did we have there in the news, Pete? We had where did I kill my news now? Damn it, Robin.
PS5.
Oh yeah. So there's the first commercial. I'm going to throw it up as well for the first commercial for the PS5, because it kind of leads into the next story as well. So PS5. Let's just get this. Ding. And we'll throw it up on the screen so people can watch along with us as well. There. And I'll pop it up there. And transition. So, yes. So the PS5 trailer is out. So this is the first commercial for it on actual TV. Again, lots of CGI, lots of feeling good about ourselves and all that stuff. So we'll start in sort of, it leads into the sort of the next story here as well. So Sony has reiterated that the console will not be delayed into 2021. So there was this fear with, I suppose, with Microsoft delaying Halo, is at the start of it. So will Microsoft delay the console? Will Sony delay their console? Well, it seems that Sony is absolutely, it's intended to launch, but we don't really have a timeline of it yet. They were speaking to a company called Games Industry, and the Sony Interactive Entertainment's head of global marketing, Eric Lempel, made very clear to say, "We will launch this year. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. That will happen. And from my end, we will absolutely make sure that we will bring all of the magic and all of the excitement of launches that we've had in the past, except we'll do it from our basement because we're not going outside because of COVID." Lempel also made the point of noting that the launch will see a strong lineup of games to be played on the new machine, both announced and unannounced. The content that will be in the launch window and beyond is incredibly exciting. I would say that this is the best lineup we've ever seen in the history of PlayStation. Between our worldwide studios, groups, and our partners from all different publishers from all around the world, we've revealed some of the content, and naturally there will be more to come. But the way that the developers can engage with this platform and create these new experiences with known IP as well as unknown IP, known knowns and known unknowns, it is incredibly exciting. So they're excited. They're saying that they're absolutely going to launch this year. Yeah. Now, here, this is me speaking now, okay? The strange thing about this is that in June of when these things first launched, when we talked about this at E3 and it came up with the prices and you can share a game like this and all this, that nonsense and all that sort of stuff, yeah? At that E3 in June, we're now almost at the end of August, you could pre-order. We knew the price at this stage. It was coming out in November. Now it's almost in August, September, October. We've got, just in dates time, like 3 months before these things come out. We don't know how much they are. Yep. We don't know who we can buy them from. We don't know what games will be released on them, apart from some maybes and maybe nots. But the main thing is we can't pre-order them and we don't know how much they are. We don't know how much either the Xbox or the PlayStation is. I believe they're playing a game of chicken right now.
Yep.
About who moves first. I'm quite sure both companies want them to be as expensive as they possibly can because of just the way things are at the moment and to see what the market tolerates. But I believe they're playing chicken right now to see who moves first. What do you think?
I agree with that. Because we haven't heard anything about any of that. So, and I mean, it's almost September at this point. So,
yeah,
you'd think we'd be hearing something by now. So,
I think there's a lot of people as well that have got an Xbox One X that are just going to sit on the fence and wait. They're going to wait till these go. They're going to wait till we get a reduction in price. They're going to wait until they see a game that they really think, oh yeah, do you know what? I've got to invest into this now because I can't get it on the One X, and it's not going to give me that graphic content and that I suppose that great picture, that great quality on the screen. As to for me, I've said it before. I'm not one for how brilliant graphics are and how fast something can load up. I'm patient enough to wait another 30 seconds. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to sit there and just carry on with the One X until until it bottoms out, and then I need to move over then. But by that point, I reckon I'll be making a saving. But I don't know. Are you going to make the jump, Robin? Are you going to have one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have right beside me here is my beautiful Project Scorpio Edition Xbox One, which is a lovely piece of equipment, and I'm it's nice to have that. And my launch edition is still going, so we have one, two, three. Yeah, we have 3 Xbox Ones in the house. The Project Scorpio, the one that's on the big screen, and the one in Charlie's room. Yeah, and the one that's in the big screen is my original launch edition. The day one edition controller. So yeah, not that that's important, but I am that early adopter. Now, last time I bought the Xbox One when it first came out on launch day, and waited patiently like a little lamb waiting for the delivery man to come. And I will do that again this time. And I think it was about 3 weeks or 4 weeks after that I bought the PlayStation 4. Which I still have, and it's still operating. It's had one careful owner with very little mileage. So I'm saying that I won't buy the PlayStation 5, but I probably will.
Brilliant. What about you, Kim?
I don't know. I keep thinking at some point I'm going to get it at launch, but then I think, with the bugs that they'll probably have to work out, maybe I'll give it a month or 2 or 3. So
It depends.
I don't know. We'll
on
see.
the purchase. I mean, there's lots. There seems to be some very interesting purchasing options this time round. Yeah, it wasn't there, especially in America, where you can pay them off or something, or you can sort of almost rent it. You know, it's just like a phone contract sort of thing, sort of job.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Do you know what? I don't need it, Pete. I really won't, because I don't think there's going to be any killer app on either of them. And if they say Spider-Man for the PlayStation, but fair enough. Yeah. It's more.
I mean, as long as I have it before the new Fable comes out, then I'll be good, because Fable.
No. There's a double-edged sword thing, because I want the new one, Series X here, but I want my Scorpio on the 4K TV in the house as well. Because there's lots of life in this yet. In the way we are the Overseas Connection mature gamers, and it's not just as important any longer that we play the game as it comes out through the door. There's a few of them like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm quite sure I've got a few years left on my Project Scorpio on my big 4K TV in the house to take advantage of that. Flip me a pen, Animal Crossing or whatever the hell it's called. So yes, that's those two guys. Sony are definitely coming out this year. I'm quite sure Microsoft are going to say the same thing again. It's going to be very interesting. They can't hold off much longer, really. They can't.
No.
Call of Duty, Pete. You're a Call of Duty person.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is confirmed. So the next Call of Duty game is officially titled Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And as previously reported, the setting for the next Call of Duty will take place during the 20th century geopolitical conflict between the United States and the USSR. Kim, was you going to say something then?
No, just
back in the USSR.
I know.
It's the States and the Russians again. Go figure. Yeah. So,
well, Call of Duty posted an unlisted trailer that's short of gameplay, but shows real video footage from the Cold War era of history. All the while using a voiceover from KGB, defector Yuri Bezmenov. Okay, forgive me for my pronunciations. As he explains the tools of fighting a Cold War, you can watch the trailer on YouTube, I believe now. And the trailer ends with a reveal for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So,
and the trailer is on right now.
It's been developed by both Treyarch and Raven, and it was previously reported that it would be set in the Cold War earlier this year. So, Activision has only recently started teasing a new Call of Duty game, despite repeatedly assuring the community that a new shooter was going to be released in 2020. In August, Activision began sending out mysterious slideshow projectors that led the community on to an alternative reality game that eventually uncovered a mysterious website that played news clips from the 1960s. So, with Warzone, this is my opinion. With Warzone, with how good and how slick that is, the community that's already been built up from that, it was fresh, it was Battle Royale. I don't think I'm going to be buying this. One, it's expensive anyway when you buy Call of Duty, isn't it? They normally come at £60 or whatever. I'd imagine it would come with a campaign, which are usually slick, aren't they? The future campaigns, but I don't know. I like my Warzone. I've not played that much of it recently, but are you two going to be investing into this or?
No, I'm not, because the 50 gigabyte updates on this last one has just killed it for me. Yeah, every time you fire the damn thing up, it needs 60 gigabytes of updates. I'm like, you just updated it a week ago, but here we go again. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even finished the campaign because every time I turn around to play it, there was an update. So it's like, you know what? Fuck this. So.
I loved the last one. I did it. One of my favorite. I joined the Xbox 360 era. Probably after Call of Duty 1, Modern Warfare, I joined the scene at Modern Warfare 2. That was my re-entry into console gaming after years of PC stuff. So that that last one ticked all the boxes for multiplayer for me for that, and I had a really good time. Enjoyed the money that I spent on it. It was really good. But I've kind of had my fill for probably for a year or two now. Now, I do like this whole Cold War stuff. I do like that, but we'll see what the gameplay's like. But I'll see. I'm not. I used to rush out every year and buy them, and I think after you've had 6 years in the trot or 7 years of the trot, diminishing returns for gameplay. So now what I would say about the Cold War, I love the subject matter. So just a wee heads up, talked about it before, but it is very topical right now. You want a free audiobook to listen to, a podcast, go into your podcasts and search for The Cold War, What We Saw. And it has probably about 8 or 10 episodes in it. It's free, and it's about this guy who grew up in the States, and his father and his they travelled around, and they grew up during the Cold War, and they were involved in the military and his experiences of that. And it goes through things like the Berlin airlift, stuff that you would never have known about. That when they closed off Berlin, East and West Berlin, that it was held under, part of Berlin was held under siege, and for about 50 or 60 days the US and Europe flew something like 500 flights a day into Berlin to keep it open, to keep it fed and powered and watered and fueled. And it went on, it was crazy. It was one of the biggest air things that ever happened, and we've forgotten all of that. So it's really interesting. So that's something that's free. The Cold War, What We Saw. It's an esoteric radio theatre production. It's very, very well produced, and that's a freebie to get you ready for this game.
Nice. Okay. So, well, let's hope it does with massive updates. And Scott Stubby just said in the chat he's just had a 92 gig update for Flight Simulator.
Oh, flip me.
92 gig.
Dear Lord.
That is.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Hopefully by the time the Flight Simulator comes out on the console, which will be dumbed down version for us thickos, maybe they'll get a few of these things patched out.
Yeah.
It's funny. Charlie, my son Charlie, he is flying mad. So when we go on holidays, he flies to the airport we're flying to. He flies quite a lot. He has the proper yoke and the levers things and different bits and pieces up in his system up there, and he was really excited about this because he plays only PC, and Charlie is 14. He's not impressed. He is not impressed.
Why?
He feels that it's not realistic enough. It's more arcadey.
But does it give a good balance for somebody who hasn't got?
Yeah, we'll love it.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between Charlie's looking for absolute realism, where I want to fly like Greg on the WhatsApp earlier on. I flew over my house and didn't crash. I seen somebody else there going, was it like fly over Eric's house from the Veteran Gamers? That sort of stuff. We'll do that a few times. We'll fly under the things that we will do. We'll fly under the Golden Gate Bridge, under Tower Bridge. We'll fly over Buckingham Palace. We'll do a few through the Grand Canyon. We'll do that sort of stuff. And after a while, once we've done all that sort of stuff, we'll get bored with it. Where Charlie's all about realism and flying it. We'll do our best to get into the cockpit and take off without following any of the rules. Where he'll taxi and ask permission and to take off and do all that. Really, he's all into that. So
nice. Wow.
But yes, I want to play it. I want to play it. I haven't went up, but I want to play it.
I do. I wasn't aware though that it was just out on PC and it wasn't available on consoles, and I missed that whole thing that it was just on PC. And Phil told me today on the WhatsApp chat. I was like, I really wanted to fire that up and have a go. But I've got a PC. I'm sure it'd be good enough to fire it up. But
yeah, I could do it here, but
it's effort, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'm in the same boat.
No.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. So that's all of our news. We've got some new releases, though. Kim, if you don't mind running us through that large list of new releases, please.
Yeah, alrighty. Your new releases for August 23rd through the 31st, because I just went to the end of the month because, well, we're almost there. We have Insurgency Sandstorm for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on the 25th. No Straight Roads. Apparently, they're all crooked ones. For the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 25th as well. Then we have Street Power Soccer for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Damn it, Robin. Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 25th as well. Vader Immortal for the PlayStation VR on the 25th. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that one up because I don't remember what the hell it was. Best Friend Forever for the Switch on PC, August 27th. Control, the AWE DLC, which I think is the Alan Wake DLC, for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on August 27th. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition, PlayStation 4 and Switch on August 27th. Hypno Space Outlaw, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, also on the 27th. Alright. Still Stand, I hope, for the PC, iOS, and Android on the 27th.
Shit Stand was better.
Yeah, well. Surgeon, I'm surprised you didn't put Surgeon Simulator down for this one. Surgeon Simulator 2 for the PC on the 27th. Tell Me Why for the Xbox One and PC on the 27th as well. Tour de France 2020 for the PC on the 27th. Captain Sabesa for the Rise of New Champions for the PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC on the 28th. I almost went up one. Jump Force for the Switch on the 28th. Madden NFL 21 for all you Madden freaks out there, and I know there's a few. I'm not one of them. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC on the 28th. Okay, Nexomon Extinction for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 28th as well. Told you this is a long list. Project Cars 3 for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on the 28th. Shing, whatever that means. When I think of Shing, I think of when a guy pulls like the sword out of the sheath or something. You know, Shing. Anyway, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. I don't know if that's actually what it's about. Who knows? August 28th. Wasteland 3. There you go, Griggles. For the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC on August 28th. I'm sure he's waiting with that one on bated breath. Windbound for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 28th as well. And last but certainly not least, we have Descenders for the Switch on August 31st. And that was a gigantic list of new releases.
Ooh. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah.
I got a bit scared when he was talking about someone pulling his sword out. I didn't know where he was going to go with it. You to get to the end of the list. It's quite a big one.
The biggest list this year.
Yeah, I reckon.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, things are happening.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing I meant to mention earlier on, and yes, new releases. It is a new release this week. Really good program. A documentary series on Netflix. It's called High Score. It's a documentary about video games, and it's friggin' awesome. It's so well produced. I'm sure most.
I've seen the trailer.
Okay.
I've seen the trailer for that. It looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, so it starts off with the original games on, your Space Invaders and the Atari. It is constantly it jumps all over the place a wee bit with timelines and stuff like that there. But it starts with Space Invaders. It goes into Nintendo and where that all came from, the history of Nintendo, where video like RPGs and Dungeons and Dragons came from, and all of that sort of stuff. Then the war between Sega and Nintendo. Then we move into Street Fighter, and then up on to things like Doom and the likes of Wolfenstein and stuff like that as well. So it touches everything from the big American thing about when Mortal Kombat came out, and some of the games they tried to ban, and they had all the big talks in Senate about getting all these violent video games. Of some of the games that are violent back then, we would laugh at them pretty much these days. So yes, High Score on Netflix, really worth your time. Really well done. Very very interesting. So that's that. Cool. Okay, we're going to get into Victory Achieved. Victory Achieved is when you play these fantastic games. Fantastic games. It's not a waste of your time.
No.
It's just using your time in a way that you choose. But when you actually do play a game, like Pete was saying earlier on, he likes to finish them right to the end. You know, he likes to go all the way with the game. And When you do that, after you've went all the way and you've splurged and you see the credits coming up at the end of it all and everyone is satisfied, you take a photograph of yourself with your O face and the credits going up in the background, and you tweet that off to @OC_podcast with the hashtag victory achieved. And what happens is it gets retweeted on our feed and you get entered into a draw to win 15 quid or $20 to spend on games. On whatever format you're in. We'll do it. And that happens once every 3 months. The next contest gets drawn in the end of September. We've had lots of winners over the years. And the people that finished games this week were Legit Ginny. He finished Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Bastard. Colonel Cars finished Persona 4, The Golden Mr. Miyagi, my buddy out in Australia, finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey, good lad. And Infected Psych, he finished Donut Country. I need Donut Country in my life. I don't know what donut, I didn't look it up, but it sounds brilliant. I need donuts with sprinkles. So
donuts.
Well done. You guys, apart from Pete, are entered into the draw to win, which is this. I'd love to tot up how much money we've given away over the years. It must be hundreds. It has to be hundreds. God, it must be nearly £1,000 worth of games money over the years. Anyway, what we do is, just in the meantime, we play some fella saying that cucumbers fit perfectly into his life.
You all have a victory's achieved. Victory's achieved. You have one. A victory's achieved.
I think when I say life, I mean ours. Very good.
He does so well. Does it so well. Okay, we're pretty much wrapped up. We got to close off the show. You know where to get in touch with us, I'm sure by now. But we are the Overseas Connection podcast. You can find us on Twitter. We've all got our own handles. We've got WhatsApp groups that are just coming out of your ears. I can't even keep up with some of the chat that goes on. There's hundreds and hundreds of messages that's going all day, every single day. You can go into stocks and shares with us. Well, not us personally, but you can. Robin, the guru of stocks, can give you some hopefully helpful advice to help you along your stocks and shares journey. There's just so much that we get involved with, and we ask you to be part of it. You know, the community makes all of this. It makes our podcast, and we welcome any of you to join anything that we do. And we're not scary folk, apart from Phil. Sometimes he can look like a bit of a headmaster. Give you that headmaster look, but he's a gentle giant, really. So there we go. Have we got that audio that Nicole's recorded, Robin, or is that?
You like us. We like you. See where I'm going with this? Follow us on Twitter @OC_podcast. Check us out on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com, or email us, podcast@ocpod.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Cool. Thanks a lot. I didn't know whether you'd have it or not. So also leave us a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening to the podcast, or on YouTube. You know, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. But yeah, it'd be great if you could. Shout outs. Kim? Would you like to go first?
I want to shout out you guys. It's always fun. So, I'm GamerGirl27. That's Twitter. That's Xbox. There's a slight variation difference on PlayStation, but, you know, I'm sure if you really want me on the PlayStation bad enough, you'll shoot me a message or something, and I'll let you know what it is. Other than that, everybody, hopefully y'all have a great week. It sounds like we're in for some warm weather this week, so great. Not only will I have 2 1-year-olds, I'm going to be sweating my ass off, so yay for that. But, so everybody have a good week. Don't get too warm or too wet or whatever. Hopefully your weather is good where you are. How about you there, Robin?
No, the weather is not good where I am.
Probably not.
I want to shout out to Greg DeLacy. He is not here tonight because he is out trying to put out some fires. Sorry, no, joking. there's some terrible forest fires again in California, and yeah, so stay safe, everybody out there. I want to also shout out Mark, our fellow podcast buddy. He has a big work day on Tuesday. I hope that goes really, really well for you, Mark, and we can put all that crap behind you. I'm sure you didn't mean to feel that woman in the bum when she was getting into the ambulance, but it'll be okay.
Whoops.
It'll be all right. To all of the parents that are in Northern Ireland, I'm sure England, Scotland are the same. I have my kids going back to school. Some of them, 2 of them, are back to school tomorrow in like 2 hours, and then 2 hours, and nightmare. One of the kids
Tony goes back to school tomorrow.
He has a 4-minute slot to get there, but the between 24 minutes past 8 and 29 minutes past. It's crazy, or else he can't get in until 9:30.
Wow.
It's just stupid. Anyway, for the parents and the kids that are get schools back, I hope that all goes really well, and they can all get some confidence build up that we can get all the kids back to school. I think it's a big part of everything getting back together again. Okay, so the stocks and the shares, the trading stuff. If you want to get involved in that, Dan and I will be in touch. You don't have to trade. If you want to play with Play Money, the apps that we use have an option to do with like Play Money, so you can get to know with everything. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of pounds here. You put in a 5 or a 10 or whatever, and you sell bits of Tesla or bits of Apple or whatever you want to do. And we're learning about shares. So we have a WhatsApp group for that. It's called OC Gordon Gecko. And if you're a budding Bud Fox, get in touch with me at Bongo the Sea, and I'll get you started out there. Also, we do have other WhatsApp groups which are very, very lively. There's the OC What's Next group, where there's tons and tons of stuff goes on there. Everything from video games to marital advice. Pete answers those marital questions generally 2 months after the divorce has happened, but he eventually gets there. It's the Petism. But yeah, so if you want to get involved in those things, that is WhatsApp. So it's not an open group. You have to contact us. So contact me and we'll get you into that if you're interested in that as well. So at Bongo the Sean, or at GamerGirl27, or at the Legit Chinny, or at OC_ Murphy's Law, or whatever, we'll all do that. And that's it. I am Jason Johnson's in the chat. Hello, Jason. I'll finally say I am looking forward to this week. Things are happening in America. I'm very interested. Last week there was another thing happened. I was very interested. It was a bit boring. I'm hoping this one's exciting and full of joy and light and hopefulness. Not like last week's one, which was depressing. So, yeah, that's me. Pete, take us home. I'm going to shout buzz.
I'm going to shout out Greg DeLacy for putting me in this position where I'm hosting the show and I can't drink as much as I can do when I'm broken.
You've done really well tonight, Pete. It's been really good.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed it actually. It's been a great show. Shout out to you guys, you two. It's been a nice fun show, and I'm happy that I'm showing up more with the whole pandemic when it all kicked off. I wasn't around that much, and now I feel like I'm starting to get on a little bit more regularly. And it's nice to be back actually. So I'm glad I'm back in the habit of coming on every Sunday. And that's pretty much it, I think. Thanks for listening, thanks for following, and thanks for all the community for getting involved. And that's pretty much about it. Thanks, Robin.
Yeah, if you want to play the Game Boy, I'll try this again.
Said if you're gonna play the Game Boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.
Dum. Which button do I press now? I press the don't stop streaming. No.